There are only 3 guaranteed things in life: death, taxes, and me binging on Kit Kats when everyone else is asleep. I can't help it. They're just so addictive. And as it turns out, this is not by accident. The creators designed it like this deliberately, using a secret tactic they knew would hook people. But more on that later. For now, let's check out the full step-by-step process of exactly how Kit Kats are made. For context, Kit Kats are a globally popular chocolate-covered wafer bar, originally created by a company called Rowntree's based out of York, England in 1935. Initially called Rowntree's Chocolate Crisp. The name changed to Kit Kat in 1937. Known for their iconic "Have a break, have a Kit Kat" slogan, these treats gained fame for their crisp layers of wafer encased in smooth chocolate. But who owns the brand today, you ask? Well, Nestle now holds the rights worldwide, except in the US where Hershey has the license. Kit Kats are celebrated for their innovative flavors ranging from classic milk chocolate to exotic varieties like matcha. Their unique snap-and-share design has made them a staple in snack culture globally. Let's take a closer look, shall we? The main ingredients, cocoa, sugar, and milk, are at the heart of Kit Kat's flavor and crunch. Cocoa provides the deep, rich taste, sugar balances the bitterness and adds sweetness, and milk gives the chocolate its creamy, smooth texture. Together, they create the ultimate combination that makes Kit Kat so enjoyable. The cocoa used in Kit Kats comes from well-known cocoa-growing regions, mainly in West Africa, including countries like Ivory Coast and Ghana. These specific areas have ideal conditions for growing high-quality cocoa beans thanks to their rich soil and good climate. Nestle, the Swiss food and beverage company that owns the Kit Kat brand, works closely with local farmers through its Cocoa Plan. This program supports sustainable farming and helps improve yields as well as community well-being. For instance, the Cocoa Plan equips farmers with training on advanced farming techniques like composting and pest management, while providing essential tools such as pruning equipment and fertilizer sprays. This boosts productivity and enhances the livelihoods of farmers and their families, which I think you and I can both agree is pretty amazing. Anyhow, after harvesting, the finest cocoa beans undergo a strict quality control operation involving visual inspection and chemical analysis to make certain that only the best beans are selected. These beans are then roasted to develop their full flavor with careful control over temperature and timing using a certain type of roasting machine. Roasting is a delicate step because it has a significant impact on the taste and aroma of the final product. During roasting, chemical reactions known as Maillard reactions occur, which are critical for developing the complex flavor of the cocoa. Sugar is another key ingredient that balances the natural bitterness of the cocoa, adds sweetness, and contributes to the sleek, uniform texture of the final product. The quality of the sugar and its fine blending operation are some of the main reasons that the texture remains consistent throughout, avoiding any grittiness in the chocolate. The sugar is finely ground in milling machines to blend well with the cocoa and milk, resulting in a uniform texture. Fresh milk, sourced from local dairy farms, provides creaminess and enhances the overall flavor of the chocolate. The combination of milk and cocoa creates the iconic creamy taste that pairs perfectly with the crispy wafer layers. Sourcing milk locally supports regional dairy farmers whilst simultaneously guaranteeing that Nestle can consistently source the freshest ingredients for their Kit Kats. The milk is evaporated and condensed to reduce its water content before being mixed with other ingredients, allowing a consistent creamy texture. In addition to the main ingredients, vanilla extract is added to enhance the flavor, giving it a subtle sweetness. Lecithin, usually extracted from soy or sunflower, is used as an emulsifier to keep the ingredients well mixed and to improve the texture of the chocolate by reducing the thickness. Interestingly, while the core recipe stays the same everywhere, some regions produce unique Kit Kat flavors to match local tastes. For instance, Japan has a wide variety of flavors, such as matcha green tea and strawberry. Despite these local variations, the main ingredients and process always remain the same. Needless to say, quality control is important at every stage of production. Each batch of cocoa, sugar, and milk is inspected to ensure it meets Nestle's strict standards, including checks for purity, moisture content, and overall quality. This dedication to quality is the reason why every KitKat bar has the same great taste, no matter where it's made. Crafting the KitKat chocolate begins with roasting. Roasting brings out the complex flavors in the beans, which are essential for the decadent taste and aroma of the final product. After roasting, the beans are cracked using a winnowing machine to remove the shells, leaving the cocoa nibs. These nibs are then ground into cocoa mass, a thick paste that releases cocoa butter, which gives the chocolate its smooth texture. I mean, just look at how smooth it is. The cocoa mass is then refined further to achieve a silky texture, making it perfect for molding. Once the cocoa mass is ready, it is mixed with sugar, milk, and other flavorings in large mixing vats equipped with powerful agitators. The mixing is carefully controlled, with the main goal here being the even distribution of the ingredients. The mixture is then heated and stirred to fully incorporate everything and achieve an even consistency. After this, the chocolate is put through a process called conching. During conching, the chocolate is stirred in large conch machines at high temperatures, usually between 50 and 80 degrees Celsius, or 127 to 176 degrees Fahrenheit, for several hours. This further refines the texture and enhances the flavor by evening out any coarse bits and letting volatile acids escape, which helps to reduce bitterness. Conching helps each product achieve that luxurious mouthfeel that KitKat chocolate is known for. After conching, the chocolate is ready to be molded into bars. Specialized molds made of polycarbonate are used to create KitKat's unique shape. The molding begins with depositing a layer of chocolate that forms the base. The crisp wafer is then placed on top. The wafer is made from wheat flour, sugar, and a leavening agent, such as sodium bicarbonate, and it is baked to a light, airy texture using tunnel ovens, which give KitKat its signature crunch. Once the wafer is securely in place, it is covered with another layer of chocolate, fully encasing it. The molds are then gently vibrated to remove any air bubbles. The bars are then cooled in cooling tunnels, where the temperature is carefully controlled to allow the chocolate to set evenly, giving it a glossy finish and a firm texture. A glossy finish makes the chocolate visually appealing, while a firm texture is what gives it that iconic snap. You know, the satisfying sound and feel when you break off a piece. The molds used for KitKats are specially crafted with grooves that create distinct breakable segments, a feature intentionally designed by the original creators. Because of these grooves, each piece of the KitKat can snap apart cleanly, making the chocolate easy to share or enjoy piece by piece. This design was a deliberate choice by the founders to enhance the eating experience, turning what could have been a simple chocolate bar into an addictive ritual that adds to the product's appeal. Now, let's take a closer look at the KitKat wafers themselves. Turning the basic ingredients of a KitKat wafer into the well-loved KitKat bar requires advanced equipment, refined methods, and dedicated craftsmanship, each contributing to the overall quality of the product. The KitKat wafer begins with blending flour and water into a smooth, pliable dough. This dough needs to be thin enough to create a crispy texture, yet strong enough to hold up during layering with chocolate. Additives such as sugar and vegetable oil are sometimes included to improve flavor and consistency, and the entire mixing process is tightly controlled for temperature and humidity to get the desired outcome. Industrial mixers give the dough a uniform consistency, which is needed for a quality end product. Once mixed, the dough moves to a laminator, which rolls it out into very thin sheets. These sheets directly affect the quality of the final wafer, so no messing about allowed. These thin sheets are fragile and must be handled delicately to maintain their structure as they move to the next step. They pass through a rotary molder that evens them all out. After molding, the dough sheets are cut into consistent rectangular shapes using guillotine cutters. The accuracy here is essential since each wafer needs to fit perfectly with others in the bar. After cutting, the wafers are baked in large convection ovens. These ovens circulate hot air, baking each wafer well. Baking times must be exact. Underbaking results in a chewy wafer, while overbaking can cause them to crumble. The wafers are baked until they reach a golden brown color, signaling that they are ready for the next step. Cooling is then done gradually to maintain the crispy texture using cooling tunnels with conveyor systems. If cooled too quickly, the wafers may become brittle, and if cooled too slowly, they could lose their crunchness. Once cooled, the wafer layers are stacked, forming a solid core. The wafers are then coated in a layer of creamy chocolate using enrobing machines. This coating adds flavor and binds the wafer layers together, creating a sturdy core that gives KitKat its distinctive snap. Once the core is complete, it is placed in molds for the final coating of smooth milk chocolate. The chocolate undergoes tempering, a process where it is heated and cooled to achieve a glossy finish. The bars are then passed through a flowing stream of tempered chocolate known as a chocolate curtain. This gives the bars their smooth coating and the temperature is carefully managed. Once coated, the bars pass through a cooling tunnel that helps the chocolate set evenly, resulting in an attractive, defect-free product. After the chocolate is set, the packaging process begins. Each KitKat is wrapped in its signature foil and then encased in the recognizable red and white sleeve. This is done using high-speed flow wrapping machines, which wrap thousands of bars per hour to maintain efficiency. The foil wrapping serves multiple purposes. It not only represents the branding, but also helps preserve the wafer's crispness and the creamy texture of the chocolate by keeping moisture and air out. After wrapping, the bars undergo quality checks using high-resolution cameras and sensors to see which ones fit Nestlé's standards for appearance and weight. Bars that do not meet these standards are removed from the production line. Visual inspections also work alongside to verify quality, as each KitKat must be ready for distribution in perfect condition. Nestlé is also working to make KitKat's packaging more sustainable by using 100% recyclable or reusable materials by 2025. This goal is part of their bigger plan to lower their environmental impact without losing quality, showing they care about responsible production. Nestlé is also focused on getting ingredients in a fair way. The cocoa for KitKats is sourced through programs such as the one we discussed earlier, the Cocoa Plan. This makes their supply chain more ethical and responsible, which is important to consumers who care about sustainability. Finally, after all the steps, mixing, baking, coating, and wrapping, KitKat bars are ready to be shipped. Whether you have it as a snack, share it with friends, or treat yourself, KitKat continues to bring joy to millions, one snap at a time. KitKat has a knack for keeping things exciting with its wild flavor experiments and global twists. Over the years, it's become a canvas for flavors you never thought would exist, and some you probably still can't believe do. Here's a breakdown of how KitKat has evolved into one of the most versatile treats around. Let's start with Japan, the undisputed champion of KitKat innovation. Since 2000, they've released over 300 different flavors, ranging from crowd pleasers like matcha or green tea and sakura or cherry blossom to truly unexpected options like soy sauce, wasabi, and baked potato. There's even a bakeable KitKat that caramelizes in the oven. The UK also knows how to keep things interesting. It was the first market to introduce a new flavor back in 1996, with KitKat Orange paving the way for permanent favorites like mint and dark chocolate. Across the Atlantic, the US keeps expanding its lineup with flavors like lemon crisp, raspberry cream, and the newly permanent vanilla keeping things fresh. It's not just the flavors though. KitKat has also reimagined its shape and format. The chunky version, introduced in the UK in 1998, offers a bigger, bolder take on the classic bar, with flavors like peanut butter and caramel. And let's not forget the seasonal releases, like the KitKat Santas launched in 2024, because apparently even Santa gets a KitKat break. It's a candy bar that knows no limits, and that's exactly why it stayed a favorite for nearly a century. Now, starting at number 5 and counting down to number 1, here are the top 5 most interesting and lesser-known fun facts about KitKats. Are you ready? In 2012, KitKat pulled off a fun marketing stunt by sending one of its chocolate bars to the edge of space. They called it #BreakFromGravity. A KitKat was strapped to a weather balloon with a GoPro camera and sent up about 35,000 meters, or 114,829 feet, into the stratosphere before the balloon burst, sending the KitKat back to Earth with a parachute. JWT London, an advertising agency, came up with this campaign to playfully support Felix Baumgartner's record-breaking skydive from the stratosphere, which happened around the same time. The video of the KitKat's journey was shared on social media, gaining lots of attention and highlighting KitKat's theme of taking a break even from gravity. Even though it was just a marketing stunt, it showed how creative KitKat can be. And this wasn't even KitKat's first space adventure. Back in 1995, a UK KitKat bar went into space on a rocket as part of a science experiment. Ever wondered what makes the filling between KitKat's crispy wafers so delicious? When a KitKat bar doesn't meet the quality standards, perhaps it's broken or misshapen, it doesn't go to waste. Instead, these imperfect bars are crushed and blended with cocoa and sugar to create the creamy filling nestled between the wafers. This ingenious method not only enhances the flavor, but also reduces food waste. It's like a Kit Kat within a Kit Kat. This Kit Kat life hack was even highlighted in a BBC Two documentary. During World War II, Kit Kat had to make some big changes because of resource shortages. They switched from milk chocolate to dark chocolate since milk was hard to come by, and they changed the wrapper color from red to blue. The wrapper also had a note saying, and I quote, "Because no milk can be obtained for chocolate manufacture, the chocolate crisp you knew in peacetime can no longer be made. Kit Kat is the nearest possible product at the present time." This message helped keep customer trust during tough times. Kit Kat bars were even included in soldiers' rations, giving them a little taste of home. In Japan, Kit Kats are seen as symbols of good luck, especially for students. This comes from a fun coincidence. Kit Kat sounds like the Japanese phrase "kiddo katsu," which means you will surely win. Because of this, Kit Kats are often given as good luck gifts during exam season. Nestle Japan even makes special packages with messages like "Believe in yourself" to support this tradition. Nestle has also made limited edition Kit Kat flavors inspired by local tastes, and they're often bought as souvenirs. This has made Kit Kat even more popular as a good luck charm in Japan. Sometimes a Kit Kat bar ends up without any wafers inside, making it a solid chocolate bar. Nestle says that even with quality control, these rare waferless Kit Kats can still happen. These unique bars have caught people's attention, and some even see them as collectibles. People have tried to sell them online for high prices, even though they're just production errors and not special editions. For example, in 2016, a British law student bought a multi-pack of Kit Kats, and none of them had wafers. She even demanded a lifetime supply of Kit Kats as compensation, showing just how seriously some people take this anomaly. While some think waferless Kit Kats are rare treasures, others are just disappointed without the classic crunch. Nestle encourages anyone who finds one to reach out so they can address it. What would you do if a Kit Kat bar you bought had no wafer? Comment below, I'm curious to hear your response. So now you know exactly how Kit Kats are made, which brings us to a close. And since you're already here, you might as well check out our other videos. The video we posted just before this one might shock you. You know McDonald's fries, crispy, golden, addictive. But how are they made? This video gives you an all-access pass to the entire process, from the farms growing perfect potatoes to the sizzling factory fryers that make them irresistible. Every machine, every secret, every step, it's all here. If you've ever dipped a fry in ketchup and wondered where it began, then you're in the right place, because this is how McDonald's French fries are made. It all starts with potato farming. I mean, there's no fries without potatoes, right? Interestingly, McDonald's fries are only made from russet Burbank and Shepherdie potatoes, grown in the US and perfect for frying. These potatoes have the right texture, starch content, and taste that make McDonald's fries legendary. Even though a man named J.R. Simplot engineered something called the innate potato, which bruises less and is potentially healthier, the people in charge of McDonald's refused to switch from their trusted potato varieties. The russet Burbank and Shepherdie potatoes have earned their place in the McDonald's supply chain for good reason. They deliver consistency in quality, taste, and fryability that few other varieties can match. Potato farmers like this guy begin their harvesting process by analyzing if all their equipment is ready. Every morning, each component from the crossover machine to the trucks is painstakingly checked to make sure everything is running smoothly before the workday begins. This involves not just mechanical checks, but also a careful evaluation of the soil conditions and weather. Once the equipment's all checked and good to go, it's game time. and the path from soil to fry begins. Getting to the potato field is a bit of an adventure. The crew follows this massive 6-row crossover machine, which takes up the entire street. They have to be careful to steer clear of all mailboxes, telephone poles, and pedestrians. The crew navigates narrow farm roads, making sure to avoid obstacles that could lead to delays or damage. Real precision driving is needed here, as you can see. One wrong move and things could go horribly wrong. If or when they arrive safely at the harvesting site, the team gets straight to work. The crossover machine digs up 6 rows of crops and lays them out. The harvester then picks up these 6 rows along with 4 more, processing 10 rows in total. The machine moves through the fields with impressive speed, gathering thousands of pounds of potatoes in a matter of hours. The team works tirelessly, ensuring the quality of the potatoes as they are harvested, making sure that only the best are selected for the next step of the journey. After harvesting, the potatoes are taken to a storage facility where they're unloaded onto conveyors. These conveyors have systems to clean the potatoes by separating dirt and other debris. The cleaning process involves a series of rotating brushes and water jets designed to knock off dirt and stones. But some dirt does still manage to get through. That is why workers are also tasked with manually picking out any remaining debris to guarantee the potatoes are clean before they are stored. The storage facility is not just any old warehouse. It is temperature and humidity controlled, with conditions optimized to keep the potatoes in the best possible state. The facility is designed to keep the potatoes in ideal conditions to prevent spoilage, essential for keeping them fresh over the long period they might be stored for before reaching their final destination. The potatoes can be stored here for several months, and during this time, they are closely monitored. Temperature control is key, as even slight fluctuations can impact the quality of the potatoes. The air in the storage units is carefully circulated to maintain freshness, and the lights are kept dim to prevent any sprouting. The meticulous nature of this storage process is crucial because potatoes are not harvested year-round, so they need to be kept fresh until they are ready to be used, which could be months after they were initially dug out of the ground. The potatoes are also rotated regularly so that the oldest potatoes are dispatched to the final destination first, preserving consistency and quality. And that final destination is here. Welcome to the McDonald's factory. It's here where the magic really happens. The first step in making McDonald's fries starts with a specialized machine that works kind of like a giant wood chipper. This impressive machine takes whole, uncut potatoes and shoots them really fast, at speeds of about 60 to 70 miles per hour, into powerful jets of water. The high-speed water essentially acts like a set of razor-sharp knives, slicing the potatoes instantly and evenly into the classic fry shape that everyone recognizes and loves. The slicing process is incredibly precise, transforming each potato into perfectly uniform fries. The force of the water is carefully controlled and set to a specific pressure to guarantee that the fries come out exactly the same size and shape every single time. Consistency is key here because McDonald's need each fry to cook at the same rate later on. This allows every fry to have that perfect balance of a crispy golden outside and a fluffy soft inside. If the fries were different sizes, the cooking process would become inconsistent, resulting in some fries being overcooked and others undercooked, which would drastically affect the quality that McDonald's is known for. Another reason why the slicing process is designed to be so fast and efficient is to meet the massive demand that McDonald's faces on a daily basis. With millions of orders coming in from around the world, the process needs to be able to cut and process an enormous number of potatoes in a very short amount of time. This efficiency not only helps keep up with the global demand, but also reduces waste and streamlines production. The entire slicing operation is a well-oiled machine designed to produce fries quickly while maintaining a high standard of quality. One McDonald's factory worker on Reddit vividly described the machine's immense power, portraying it as quite formidable and even a bit frightening. They said, and I quote, "Somebody stepped in a water waste flume once and got sucked under and almost drowned. Somebody passing by had to pull him out. This wasn't a flume where fries go, but it still has water moving about the same speed. For the flumes that carry the product, just imagine a few hundred pounds of fries every minute going by at lightning speed." That gives you an idea of just how intense this process is. Can you imagine slipping into that water flume? Scary stuff. Anyhow, the slicing step of the McDonald's fry manufacturing process is really the first key part of what makes their fries so iconic, setting the stage for bath time. Wait a minute. Bath time? Yep, these freshly cut potatoes now need to take a bath, but not the type of bath you'd think. It's a chemical bath, a mix of dextrose and sodium acid pyrophosphate. Dextrose is a simple sugar that comes from corn, and it's pretty common in many foods we eat because it acts as a sweetener. Sodium acid pyrophosphate has an important role too. It helps keep the fries from developing harmful substances called acrylamides when they're fried. Acrylamides can be dangerous if consumed in large amounts. This chemical bath also helps the fries stay a nice golden color, no matter where in the world you're eating them. The next step in the manufacturing process is blanching. Blanching involves dipping the fries in hot water for a short period of time to remove excess sugars. By removing these sugars, blanching helps to prevent the fries from turning too dark or becoming overly caramelized when they are fried. The goal here is to achieve that iconic, perfectly golden hue that makes fries look so delicious and appetizing. Without this step, the fries could end up with an uneven color, which not only affects their appearance but also impacts their overall flavor and texture. Blanching helps ensure consistency and quality so that every fry comes out looking and tasting great. This process is particularly important in large-scale manufacturing, where uniformity in color and texture is key to meeting consumer expectations and maintaining product standards. By reducing the sugars and cooking them just enough, blanching creates the foundation for that classic fry experience. After blanching, the fries are carefully dried off to remove any excess moisture. This drying process cannot be skipped, as too much water left on the fries can completely ruin their texture when they are fried. Excess water can lead to soggy fries, which is the last thing on earth anyone wants, am I right? Drying the fries now allows them to end up crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside later, giving that satisfying crunch when you bite into them. Yum! Exactly how we all like them. During the drying process, the fries are often passed through specialized air dryers or are gently patted down to remove the surface moisture. This makes sure that when the fries hit the hot oil, there is no excess water to interfere with the frying process. As I'm sure you know, water and oil do not mix well, and any excess moisture can lead to splattering, which can be both dangerous and messy. Properly dried fries are safer to fry and provide a more even cooking process, leading to a consistent and enjoyable eating experience. Crispy fries are truly the result of a well-executed process, and it's this blanching and drying step that lay the groundwork for that at McDonald's. But even after their chemical bath and blanching, the fries are not yet fully cooked. Nope, not even close. They still have quite a journey ahead before they end up on your tray at McDonald's. After the initial steps, the fries have to get partially fried at the factory, which is important for several reasons. First and foremost, it prevents bacteria from growing, which makes the fries about 1,000 times safer to eat. But that's not all. Partial frying also simplifies the cooking process for McDonald's restaurants. By pre-cooking the fries, the restaurants only need to give them a quick final fry before serving them up to you piping hot and extra crispy. This method is far more efficient, and efficiency in this business is everything. 1 second extra spent in one area of the production line can cost millions of dollars out of pocket for the company. This partial frying step also has another interesting effect. It seals the surface of each fry, which helps preserve their structure during the upcoming steps. Once they are partially fried, the fries move on to the next important phase, the flash freezing process. At this point, they travel through a specially designed tunnel that freezes them surprisingly fast, 1,000 times faster than your home freezer could ever manage. This rapid freezing locks in all the freshness, quality, and flavor. The process is timed precisely to prevent any moisture from disrupting the texture, allowing the fries to stay perfectly balanced between crispy and tender. The aim of the flash freezing process isn't only to lock in the flavor though, it's also an important measure for food safety. The quick freeze actually prevents bacteria from growing during the storage and transportation phases. It's almost as if the fries are being put into a state of hibernation, waiting for their moment to shine when they're dropped into that fryer at your nearest McDonald's. The fries are then bagged and shipped out in refrigerated trucks, traveling hundreds or even thousands of miles to get to their final destination. The logistics involved in getting those fries to each McDonald's restaurant are carefully planned and coordinated, so that every location has a steady supply to meet customer demand. These refrigerated trucks are pretty much mobile freezers, maintaining the optimal temperature throughout the entire journey to maintain the fries' perfect condition. Now, you might know, but there's a hidden ingredient that makes McDonald's fries taste the way that they do. And no, it's not the infamous goo. In the past, McDonald's used literal beef fat to cook their fries, which gave them a unique flavor. When health concerns about saturated fats grew, McDonald's switched to vegetable oil but didn't want to lose that signature animal taste. They started adding something called natural beef flavor to the fries. This flavoring includes elements like hydrolyzed wheat and milk. Because of this, while the fries are vegetarian friendly, they aren't suitable for vegans. This secret ingredient is actually what gives McDonald's fries that familiar, comforting taste we all know and love. This flavoring is mixed with the oil at the factory, which means that the fries are infused with it before they even reach the restaurant. The oil blend is designed to withstand the high temperatures of the fryer, providing the perfect crispy texture. It's this blend of oil combined with the secret flavor additives that creates the addictive nature of McDonald's fries. The attention to detail here is what sets McDonald's fries apart from all the other fast food fries. During service at the restaurant, the fries are poured into large baskets, which are then lowered into hot oil heated to an exact temperature. The fries are designed to be done in 3 minutes flat, thanks to the factory's pre-cooking. As soon as the timer goes off, the baskets are lifted and the fries are shaken to remove any excess oil. They are then transferred to the fry station where they are salted. McDonald's even figured out the exact right amount of salt to sprinkle on based on what most customers say they like best. Exactly how much salt is not clear, but I'm guessing it's probably a pinch. Freshness is a top priority at this stage. McDonald's enforces a strict 7-minute rule. Fries simply cannot sit in the warming tray for longer than 7 minutes. After this time, they are discarded. However, the demand for fries often means they're served much faster than this, rarely spending more than a minute or two in the tray before heading out to customers. For those wanting the freshest fries possible, customers have developed different strategies. One common trick is to request unsalted fries, which prompts staff to prepare a new batch from scratch. However, a crew member shared on Reddit that there's an even simpler way to get fresh fries. Just ask for them. Crazy, right? It turns out that just requesting fresh fries often gets you a batch that's even newer than the no-salt trick. And now for some fun facts. Have you heard the story about the world's longest curly fry? Judging by your expression, I'm guessing not. Measuring an astounding 38 inches, the world's longest curly fry was discovered at an Arby's restaurant. Imagine trying to dip that thing in ketchup. Moving on, let's talk Big Mac prices. As of May 2024, the price of a Big Mac meal in the US varies by location, but on average it costs around $8.64, with prices ranging from $6.19 in some cities of Ohio to as high as $11.79 in Massachusetts. Who do they think we are? Bill Gates? Those price variations can really make you appreciate just how expensive eating out can be in different parts of the country. So if you're road tripping, keep that in mind. Fun fact, did you know that McDonald's serves more than 9 million pounds of fries globally every single day? That's enough fries to circle the entire Earth a couple times over. Here's another cool tidbit. McDonald's fries were once ranked as the most popular item on the menu. Despite the existence of Big Macs, McNuggets, and Shakes, it's the humble fry that has captured the hearts of millions. In surveys conducted globally, fries are often the #1 reason people visit McDonald's. There's something truly universal about that crispy, salty goodness that appeals to taste buds everywhere. Whether you're a child or an adult, the joy of reaching into that red carton of fries is unmatched. Wouldn't you agree? And one more for the road. Back in the 1990s, McDonald's had to change the recipe for their fries after a backlash over using beef tallow for frying. They switched to vegetable oil, but people still say the fries were even better back then. Nostalgia or truth? Who knows? But it's all part of the lore. McDonald's fries. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Exploding in popularity due to their taste, texture, and price has got us all wondering how they're made. Now we know. From the fields to the factory to your tray, there's a lot more to those fries than meets the eye. So the next time you bite into that crispy fry, appreciate just how much effort went into making it perfect. And since you're already here, you might as well check out our other videos. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.